With half the job done, United arrived back at Leeds Bradford Airport in high spirits.
Great result, and I'm so delighted for the players, and I'm delighted for the supporters. They were brilliant away, gave us great support, and as I say, I'm delighted with the win.
Around 1,500 fans made the trip and were made more than welcome in the sleepy town of Heerenveen, transformed for the afternoon into a little corner of West Yorkshire.
You've had all this in Belgrade, do you think?
No. They've been dodging bullets.
We're here to enjoy yourselves. Gives you a break from wives and what have you, you know what I mean, which is great, isn't it?
Will you win?
I think 2-0 for Partizan Belgrade.
I think he's lying.
I'm lying?
You want to put some money on that?
I'm lying?
To be honest, I think it'll be like an home game for Leeds tonight. You know what I mean? Just look at support here.
With barely a handful of Serbians making the trip, the Leeds fans had it pretty much all their own way, both inside and outside the stadium. The locals seemed rather bemused by it all, but their hospitality was rewarded by the fans' impeccable behaviour.
It's quite a party. Yeah. No trouble at all.
I like it very much. Yes, we like that. Yes. Yeah. But we are Frisians. We are a little bit...
Would you have the Leeds fans back?
Yes, they may come back.
Perhaps one day Leeds and Heerenveen will meet in Europe, but for now the town holds happy memories as Leeds came from a goal down and a sticky start to score 3 times at the Belgrade end. Bowyer got 2.
We bring them back to our place. If we can get a draw or even go on and win more, it's good. It's good. Just getting the next round's the most important thing.
The other goal was a collector's item scored by the captain Lucas Radebe, only his second for Leeds and one he's unlikely to forget.
When I get one, it's always a different goal, you know, and it's only embarrassing.
What did the players say to you when they came up to you
I
after?
couldn't believe it. They said that was embarrassing, but some of them, they said they laughed before they can come.
If Belgrade's goalkeeper, who made several howlers, is playing in the return leg at Elland Road, then there's no reason why Radebe shouldn't score again. Then he and the fans can book their tickets for another trip to Europe in round 2.
Yeah, sounds like did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Did he say he was a Frisian?
That man, did he say he was a Frisian?
Yes, he did. I think he comes from Frisia.
Have a fine record in this tournament. They're the most successful British team in the competition's history. Twice winners, once runners-up. But in Partizan Belgrade, they face a side even younger than them, Heerenveen, and the local mayor ruled that the market took precedence.
Look very threatening every time that comes in. Good delivery. And certainly at the moment, Partizan having to keep their concentration to make sure that Leeds don't get a clear header.
One or 2 Leeds substitutes warming up as Leeds prepare to take this. And it'll be Ian Hart to swing it in. Punched by Damianats. Here's Bowyer. Well struck! Lee Bowyer with a gem of a left-foot drive. Just what Leeds required.
Well, it's a great goal. Damianats not the most convincing of punches, but there's still a lot to do here. One touch with the right and an absolutely sweet half volley with the left. Really was good delivery, which is, as I say, has troubled Partizan. Nobody on the edge of the penalty area picking up Lee Bowyer, but a wonderful strike.
22. Lee Bowyer, who is almost becoming prolific these days.
Defending. It's a yellow card for it as well. I mean, they had, I think, 1 against 4 here. Look, Kesman there seems to be blocked out by Bowyer and Mills. Toe ends it round him. Radebe comes in with a terrible 2-footed challenge. I mean, it was a definite penalty. Well, great feeling when they get level, and somebody with Lucas's experience, he puts his hand up. Honest referee, I didn't touch it, but he did.
And he was cautioned for it. And so it will be Vuk Razovic, who scored twice from the spot against Newcastle last season. Saved wonderfully by Nigel Martin. That wasn't far inside the post, and somehow he got across and down and finger-tipped it around.
Well, all is forgiven, isn't it? That was a magnificent save.
They are certainly okay, having made their way by land, sea and/or air, greeted with ironic applause from those followers who come from Yorkshire. Hart over the ball, Woodgate forward. That was Woodgate, and Radebe fell over and somehow managed to hook it in! What an extraordinary finish! You lucky man! To try and head the ball, fall on your backside, and still score. It's Lucas Radebe's day.
Well, here he's just crumpled in a heap and flicked the right leg out. He knew exactly where the goal was. You've got to say the goalkeeper, Damjanats, where was he? It's right on the 6-yard box. He hasn't come. Jonathan Woodgate headed it up in the air. Look at that. Well, I think he'll be talking about that one on the flight home this evening, won't they?
If he claims that he planned that, I swear I'll never believe another word he says. Only his second goal for Leeds in nearly 150 games.
The delivery of Leeds is very good from out wide.
The referee has ruled that it flipped a Partizan head, and it's way out of place, so Leeds are going to have a corner kick. Hart. On by Cure. Headed just wide by Michael Bridges. Vich's kick. Partizan ahead early on through Tomic, pegged back by Lee Bowyer's excellent, crisply struck left-footed drive. And then Lucas Radebe with what frankly was rather a lucky goal, but one of their less vocal moments, but it's been a constant barrage of noise from them. Michael Bridges may not be out there for too much longer, because those Leeds supporters. Hopkin. Hart, he'll be playing for the Irish, one imagines, that day. Bowyer. It's a nice turn and a good shot! Well, that sums up the goalkeeper. It sums up Lee Bowyer's afternoon, and it sums up a very satisfactory day for Leeds United.
Well, a terrific strike again with his left foot. Certainly clinches his man of the match, I would have thought. But I mean, the keeper's Damjanats. Good turn on his left foot. Decides to have a ping 20 yards out. And I just can't believe the display from the goalkeeper, can you? I mean, he never looks as if he's going to stop it. It's like a basketball player who tries to flap and catch a ball, and he's so uncoordinated. Are you sure he's not a ringer? He is a Yugoslav international. I'm taking you on your word here when you told me that before the game. As well, but good strike. Carrickle, as I say, should score more goals. I mean, he gets in some excellent positions. I know David O'Leary would like to see him more on the score sheet.
The evening as a whole, which has worked out perfectly well for Leeds United, who win this first leg tie by 3-1, courtesy of a goal in each half from Lee Bowyer and a magnificent piece of body readjustment by Lucas Radebe. Partizan ahead early on when Nigel Martin's error let in Georgia Tomic, and the Leeds hordes are claiming victory and saluting their manager David O'Leary, who is now with Ray Stubbs.
David, you can't do more than score 3 away goals in the hard work here.
Yeah, I was delighted for them. We had a plan, they stuck to it, and I thought they did marvellously well. They made some mistakes, got out of jail with the penalty save. You know, another error on the first goal, but I thought we should have had a penalty. It's about time we got a little bit of luck, but I'm so proud of them. They're fantastic lads, have worked for you, and as I say, I'm delighted for them.
You said it's a learning curve in Europe. What particularly pleased you about the way you went about the business tonight?
Our discipline, really. We gave the ball away at times. We could keep it a bit better, but I thought they all were disciplined. I asked them to play a certain way, and they all performed in a certain way for me. And as I say, it's all down to them. I just picked the team.
Did you work in training on Lucas Radebe's goal, sitting on this backside and then volleying it in?
He don't score any, Ray, but when he does, he has to be different. But he's a fantastic lad to have working for you.
In the second half, were you hoping to go on and score more, or...?
Oh, yeah. I want to be always positive, Ray. I think at the end of the day, you'll get your just rewards for it.
Thank you for joining us. All the best.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you.
A match in no man's land due to the Kosovo crisis, but neither side were happy with the neutral ground in Holland. It looked grim for Leeds in blue when an error led to Partizan's goal. Nigel Martin fumbled and Dorde Tomic took full advantage. But Leeds' young side have no fear wherever they play. Lee Bowyer sized up his chance for an impressive equaliser. An away goal to savour for the Leeds fans. Lucas Radebe looked to have spoiled things with a daft challenge, but Martin made his amends, saving the penalty. Incredibly, Radebe righted his wrong too, with a goal to remember. He rarely scores, but the Leeds captain managed it this time, lying on his back. The second half was quiet until Bowyer had another go. The keeper was awful, but it allowed Leeds' UEFA Cup campaign to start in style. So while Leeds enjoyed the privilege of kicking